Hello, I'm Victor, and this is the Bookyard. Now, if you wanted to know something about the kind of person I am, well, actually I have like 200 videos from which to gather information, so I'm suddenly feeling freaked out. But anyway, I'm the type of guy who goes to the bookstore to get a couple of magazines and walks out with one copy of Skeptic magazine and one copy of the Fortean Times. Fact is, I have the mind of a skeptic and a soul that wants to believe. Both sides have their faults. Skeptic and the Skeptical Inquirer seem to take perverse glee in stomping on people's sandcastles, and the Fortean Times and Atlantis Rising tend to sell a lot of bridges. With that in mind, I had just finished Michael Shermer's book, Why People Believe Weird Things, which I might get to, when I spotted this piece at the local half-price books, Who Built the Moon by Christopher Knight and Alan Butler. If it had just been called Who Made the Moon, that would have been eye-catching enough, but built? Different connotations. Intrigued, I opened the book, saw that it was at least competently written, and brought it home. Now, I'm going to spoil the book for you, so turn the review off if you're not ready. Who built the moon? We did. Or rather, we will. The moon is a manufactured body with clues of its own constructed nature, built in by time travelers. In the future, we will decode these clues and realize that we have to go back and build the moon. We will do so, leaving clues for the humans of the past to figure out, thus completing the time loop. Now, this idea is awesome, even if I don't buy it, but this revelation comes about 200 pages into a 250-page book. The rest is basically a listing of moon facts, which I have to put in quotations because they didn't cite a damn thing, all presented in a way that's meant to imply that the moon was constructed. The argument the book was ultimately making was the time traveler hypothesis, but the only thesis it gave was that the moon was constructed. The actual point of the book was presented in the style of a cheap detective novel, with all the exposition provided in the last few pages. Now, they had stated that a lot of the book was just there to make the final argument seem less implausible, and they didn't pretend it was a scientific paper, but they did seem to want the idea taken seriously. If Knight and Butler really thought this was as big as they implied it was, they really should have at least tried to present it professionally. Well, this has been Victor with the Bookyard. Thanks for watching.